New week. Wait for a few people to come on, a few people to jump on. This is breaking news in reference to Don and Candus Wells. We have breaking news regarding Don and Candus Wells. Breaking news. So, reports are coming out that Candus Bly, she called 911 on Don Wells for domestic assault. Candus Bly Don called 911 on Don Wells for domestic assault. This occurred at 12:30 a.m. on January 19th. Candus Bly called 911 to report that Don Wells grabbed her by her throat and threw her down, and she claimed she broke her thumb on the washer machine. What's going on here between Don and Candus Wells? This is another incident of domestic violence. Another incident of domestic violence between Candus Bly and Don Wells. Candus Bly calls 911. Again, she calls 911 as Candus Bly. That goes with my theory that she's not legally married to Don Wells. Every time she makes a police report, she calls herself Candus Bly. Candus Bly, January 19th, 12:30 a.m. calls 911, says Don Wells assaulted her. She claims that the assault took place 2-3 hours before she called 911. So assuming if that's the case, it was probably around 10:30 p.m. on the night of January 18th. Maybe 9:30 something. In the evening of January 18th, what did Don Wells do to Candus Wells? Or Candus Bly. We'll call her Candus Bly because that's actually a real name. But again, here's more problems. I find some things interesting about this, right? Remember Candus Bly called a police on Molly Golightly for going onto our property when they went up there. She said Molly Golightly went on our property. She was claiming other people went on our property. But police did not press charges then. They actually referred it to private prosecution. So they didn't take any action. And so what I'm saying is this time around again, police did not arrest Don Wells this time for domestic assault. EMS was called. She said her thumb was broken. But the Hawkins County Sheriff referred the incident for private prosecution. They did not even do anything about it. Makes me wonder, is police not taking Candus Bly seriously? Does Candus Bly have a credibility issue? If she makes these claims like someone went on her property, which wasn't true, and they say, well, we're not going to arrest anyone. We'll refer it to, you got to do it to private prosecution. Apparently in the state of Tennessee and some other states, they have this thing called private prosecution, private criminal complaints. The person can do it on their own initiative. They don't need the police, and they have to take the information to the district attorney and present a case, and then they can get a warrant out for somebody, whatever. But they told her private prosecution. So this time again, another domestic violence incident where Candus Bly calls 911, says Don Wells assaulted her on the night of January 18th, but they say private prosecution, even though police come all the way out there and EMS came out there. EMS was called out there at the scene. More problems between Don and Candus Wells. Remember, people, Don Wells is currently on probation for a domestic violence incident that happened at that property back in 2020, the end of 2020. I believe it was around October of 2020. Don Wells pled guilty in the spring of 2021, was placed on probation, and then we all know that at the end of 2021, after Summer Wells was missing, on end of October, Don Wells catches a DUI. Was arrested while he was on probation. So he has a couple hearings that coming up next month for his probation violation and his DUI. But again, more domestic violence problems happening at the Wells home. Whether it's true or not, there has been multiple calls on the Wells property in the last 3 or 4 years regarding domestic violence, regarding animal abuse. You know how many complaints we got call logs, right? We got 911 call logs. 911 called to the Wells property. What was it, like 8 times? 8 times in just a 3-year span for dog abuse and animal abuse. 911 calls from other parents who had their children up on the Wells property, 110 Ben Hill Road, and they were scared to get their children from there because of the threats that Don and Candus Wells made to them, where they had to call 911 to get their children off the property. These are the call logs. There has been numerous 911 calls, at least 10 of them, probably 10 of them. He said in the last 3 years there was 10 of them, but it goes back even farther. Continuous problems on the property of Don and Candus Wells, and once again, another domestic violence incident. Do police and authorities take Candus Wells seriously? Are they taking her seriously when she's making these allegations? Remember, people, I was there at the property where Don Wells was working when he was working for that contractor. When Molly Golightly and Chronicles of Olivia and Bullhorn Betty went to the job site to talk to Don Wells, and they went, let me tell you why they went. They went because Don Wells has been sending text messages back and forth between them while they were up in Tennessee, saying he wants to meet them. And Molly and Bullhorn Betty would respond and say, where do you want to meet? And then Don would just like go ghost. And then he would text back and say, well, meet me here. It was just a continuous problem, right? A continuous problem of just non-stop. Or what I'm saying is it's a continuous where he wanted to meet. So Molly and all them, they actually went. To the job site, wanted to talk to Don Wells. I didn't step on the property. Bullhorn Betty didn't step on the property. Chronicles Olivia didn't step on the property. Molly Golightly did. She went and knocked on the garage door, knocked on the door. She admitted it. She said she did. Don Wells called the police. The police came, and police told Don Wells there's nothing we can do about these people. If they're on a public sidewalk, they can be there, basically, and left. So Candus Wells makes a 911 or makes a police report, Don Wells, saying that we all went on the property there. It's not true. It's not true. And I constantly live stream, so I never stepped foot on that property. So he lied. They lied again on another police report. So Candus Bly continues to make these police reports, making wild accusations. She said all of us went on our property one time, and Molly Golightly, and she said a bunch of YouTubers, so I'm assuming it was me, never stepped on the property. So again, we have more problems with Don and Candus Wells. Their boys, as we know, the boys have been taken away. You really think that the boys will ever go back to that home when there's constant problems on the Wells property? Do you really think? And I'm going to do a video. Talking about the process of the DCS, Department of Children's Services in Tennessee. There's a process, because remember when Don Wells had the boys taken away a little bit, was like a month in it, about 5 weeks, the end of July after Summer Wells went missing. About 5 weeks after Summer Wells went missing, the DCS went and took the boys away. But Don Wells was lying, and he told everyone, oh, the boys got taken away for their safety. I wanted them off the property because weirdos were coming to the property and I didn't feel safe. That's not how it works, people. That's not how it works. DCS took the kids away. They took the kids away, not Don Wells voluntarily surrendering his kids. So, I'll do a whole story on that process. I want to talk about the DCS process, on how that all works in reference to children being taken away and the court proceedings and the process as it plays out, because I find some things interesting about that's worth sharing. So I'll touch base on that too. But again, Candus Wells, Don Wells, domestic violence incident. Did Candus break her thumb? She said she broke her thumb. She said that Don Wells grabbed her by the throat, threw her against the washer machine, and she broke her thumb. But the police say, the Hawkins County Sheriff said they didn't see a thumb broken, but I guess EMS said something was like, their thumb was, I don't know what the word they used, but maybe there was some sort of damage or not. I don't know. Also, I read in the report that there was drinking involved. That's not surprising, right? Not surprising that drinking is involved with Don and Candus Wells, because we've seen the videos. We've seen the videos of all of them yelling at each other and screaming at each other and saying derogatory names to each other, all on video when they're doing lives on YouTube's drunk, saying crazy stuff. It's just crazy. I will say this once and I'll say this again, and I'll keep saying it all the way through the valleys of Beach Creek. No child is safe on the compound of Don and Candus Wells. No child is safe on the compound of Don and Candus Wells, right? None. No child is safe on the compound of Don and Candus Wells. We pray that those boys never come back to that home again. Pray. So that's what's going on. Check it out. 911 call. We're trying to get the 911 call tapes to find out what happened the other day. This was January 18th, so it was earlier last week. When was the 18th? You know, what's the 23rd now? So, you know, crazy times, man. Crazy times that these people continue to waste police resources and continue to cause drama and continue to drag police involved with their shenanigans and their dysfunctional family. And anyone that defends the Wells, I will say it again, shame on you for defending Don and Candus Wells. Shame on you. These people are rotten to the core. They're not good people. Every year there's problems. Every year there's drama with them. Every year it's involving police and child protective services and animal people, you know, humane society. These are not good people. They are not good people. They're not good people. You know, and then, you know, the critics always say, well, JLR, you got a criminal past and everything. At least I'm trying to change my life. At least I'm trying to change my life and make better choices and trying to do right, you know. Get up every day, make my bed, eat right, you know, exercise, you know, pray to God, stay out of trouble, surround myself with, you know, good people, you know, just advocacy for victims, you know. It's just, you know, that's what I'm trying to do, man. And this case, this Wells case, really gets under my skin because I know that Don and Candus Wells are involved. I could see it. I could see it in their eyes. I seen her nonchalant behavior, just their nature and characteristics of them. They're not good, man. They're not good. So for the defenders of Don and Candus Wells, shame on you. You're sick, man. You're sick just like them. But, you know, that's always a cult. We've always seen it. We have always seen it where people go to prison, guys and girls, and you know, they get their fan clubs that actually write to them and get, you know, the fan clubs that write and, you know, are obsessed with the defendants. That's just how it is. There's sick people out there. But Don and Candus Wells is going to be held accountable. We know the side of Don Wells' stepsister and the people out in Utah. You know, they're pressing charges. They got detectives involved in reference to you know, Don Wells sexually assaulting them back in the day. I mean, you know, I don't know how it works with, you know, the statute of limitations out there, whatnot, but hopefully Don Wells is held accountable for that too. Hopefully when he goes to court for his DUIs, that the judge throws the book at him, the maximum, you know, penalty under law. It is a misdemeanor case. It is in sessions case court, but we'll see what happens. But I do think TBI is going to say enough here, even if they don't find Summer Wells' body, and build a circumstantial case just based off their behavior. Hopefully, you know, the three boys that are taken away from the Wells, they, you know, seen something and they can testify. Other victims, you know, people, prior associates of the Wells, come forward and say, you know, what they seen Don and Candus Wells do to Summer and the three boys, or whatever the behaviors, and hopefully they build some sort of circumstantial case, maybe some digital evidence, you know, with cell phone pigs to prove that, you know, that there was no kidnapping and they're somehow involved, you know, and get one of them to flip on each other or whatever not. So justice for Summer Wells. Thanks for listening. Crazy times. This is a crazy case. Every day there's something new with these people, literally around the clock. It's just constant drama, and I am on it. I am paying attention. This case, I want justice for Summer Wells. I want this case solved. I want Summer Wells found so she can get a proper burial, because there's no kidnapping, people. Don't believe the kidnapping. That's a bunch of hogwash, you know, and I feel so bad for the people around the Don and Candus Wells, names that were dragged through the mud particularly Dudley Ajon. Dudley Ajon, the co-worker where Don Wells was trying to deflect it and blame on him. He's a nice guy. He's a hard worker. Sat down and talked to him. Very grateful for that. You know, these people, the Wells, are no good. They're no good. They're no good. So, God bless. Thanks for viewing, and share this video. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe. I'm going to pay more attention to this. I'm on other cases too. So I will keep going forward with more cases. If you have any new cases or any new attention that you need on a particular case, holler at me. I'll put my email in the description so you can send me an email. So that's it. Crazy times. Don and Candus Wells, another domestic violence incident. Crazy. Crazy. Say no to child abuse. Say no to domestic violence. Say no to animal abuse. Love your children. Hug your children. You know, appreciate your children. You know, we will all be judged one day before we go into the afterlife, right? So God bless. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks.